that I heard all these incredible stories, I saw all these wonderful women, and I think that in nowadays society, you can be as wonderful as you want, you can have the best business in the world, but if you're not visible, if this thing is not communicated, if this thing doesn't go public, you and your business do not exist. I think that because we are living in such a problematic historical contingency in terms of financing, economics, value crisis. This is a moment in which if we are taking really seriously what we are doing, and if we really think that we can contribute to this problem with an alternative model, with another way of conceiving life. Before a lady, she said, women can have it all. Actually, this is very revolutionary, because in the models of man entrepreneurship, they don't think about that. A man, for a man, have it all means that he does all the work, he comes back home, he has the wife who takes care of the house, the beautiful wife with the high heels that he said, okay, let's go have dinner, you know. I mean, I'm just saying, this concept of having it all and having it good is very female. And this model has to be proposed. Because I'm sure that a lot of men will like it too. I mean, my husband is one of those. I mean, he really appreciated that I told him that it was possible to have it all. He loved to be with his children, and he had the possibility to see his children grow up and be with them, and we would like involve our children with everything we did, and it's amazing. It's really amazing. And this is pretty new. And I think that now everyone who can, everyone who has the possibility and the determination to do so, please, let's go public. Let's go public. Let's bring our experience out. We need to create a new woman narrative. The thing is that entrepreneurship is not only an economic thing. Entrepreneurship is a cultural thing. Okay? And that's why this line of financial, economic, European network support of whatever female initiative has to absolutely be carried along with an activity of media visibility and entrepreneurship literacy. These three actions, they have to go together if we really want to reach a result. And it's not even a personal result, because one thing I have to say from my delegation, there are a lot of, I have 2 children, and I understand all the research that was made before, and I think actually I thank you very much, it was amazing. But we really need to understand that women do not function and make choices only in relationship to their husband, their children, their circumstances. Women have an inner desire. Women have ambitions. Women have dreams. Women want success. We want it all. So, my decision of being an entrepreneur came before I had children. Then my children, they just happened to born in this madhouse, with a father and a mother who were entrepreneurs. But I'm just saying, let's address the woman identity. Again, who is a woman really besides statistics and besides relations? Let's revisit the woman narrative experience. Okay? And
Thank you. And for you, any anecdotes or evidence that stick out in your memory?
Well, I think the event is that when meeting like this, only female entrepreneurs in special, you get a feeling that someone else is thinking the same as you, saying the same as you, and you are right, kind of. So in other situations where you are maybe the only one thinking the same thoughts, no one else says the same as you, they don't agree. Okay, maybe they are more experienced, they are men, they are always right, so I just agree what they think of, but being in some events or some symposiums like that in some networks, discussing with others helps you to stand up for your own opinions. So I think I've experienced that a couple of times early on, which made me, I think, who I am. So the events is when you are arranging network areas with either students or adults or whatever, you get them to get a feeling that they actually can have it up. So.
What kind of advice would you give to the new ambassadors? What kind of pieces of advice, if you had to?
It's an amazing role that carries a very important responsibility, because I think that you are really looked at. I think that if you want to be out there and be present, a lot of women need you. And I think that it gives another level, another value to our everyday experience as professionals. Because before, whatever problem I was solving, whatever situation I was dealing with or success, it was actually all for me, no? It was good or it was bad, and it was all for me. Now I feel the responsibility that whatever I do is actually an opportunity for me to give a gift. And I'm even more stimulated when I have a difficulty to find a solution, because I'm the terrain for experimentation. You know, someone has to take, someone has to do it, you know, someone has to just to try different things, because the solutions that were already made, that have functioned for many, many years, we know they do not work anymore. We are in an experimental phase, and I think as an ambassador, you can really take that as a secondary profession, to be a researcher and an experimenter of business ideas, business model, and business resolutions.
First of all, I will increase the meeting points. So the idea with the LinkedIn discussion group today was the best one, which I totally agree, because we have too few meeting points discussing in the network as it is. But then to discuss whatever is more actual in that area, it could be cultural dependent, probably, and actually start discussion groups and then see what's the most important things to discuss for other people.
Okay. Anything else you would like to add? Yes. Yes.
So, two quick proposals. One, I think that because of all the incredible resources that are within the European Network of Female Entrepreneurship Ambassadors, we should turn this institutional or kind of ambassador network also into an operative network, meaning we should create subcategories, maybe of companies belonging to the same sectors or fields, and these companies, they should be like little incubators, if they want to work on projects and create projects together. The advantages of doing this: source of financing, both regional, national, and European funds, they all require transnational co-productions. Having already a network that is set up to have access to significant financing is already a winning point. Second winning point, you already have a sort of distribution channel guaranteed, international, which gives visibility to your work, whatever work you do, and is not little, because at least you make things for a reason, so that other people can benefit from it. And third, the added value of the network being initially obviously created by female enterprises, it can be that we can really see if female enterprises are able, and in what measure are able, of producing a slightly different content that is really that has really the characteristics of female sensitivity and the female points of views. Like these expanding the range of roles and the range of point of view of collective imagery. Maybe we won't do that, I don't know, that doesn't matter. For me in this case, the networks, the sector networks are an economic strategy. If then we can demonstrate that this economic strategy can also produce better or different or important content, better. And the other thing that I think is very important is that if we really want to use all the resources that are inside this room, it would be nice to create a sort of labs. It's very important that these type of meetings are also involve think tank sessions, and that out of these think tank sessions something is produced, and then maybe out of these ideas some ideas are implemented. Because I think that if in another historical and financial moment, maybe this would be like an exercise. Why giving you women the possibility to have think tank sessions, but now it's really important. The world is requesting that. We need to have, in order to create something, you need to fail. In your everyday life, it's not so easy to be, not everyone can afford to experiment because not everyone can afford to fail. But in order to create something great, you have to have the freedom to fail. And in a protected situation, you can really carry on tests and experiments that can produce really new business models and new business ideas, starting from a transnational point of view. Because I think if we really want to go for Europe as one, let's start from us.
Okay.